What's going on, everybody? GemMint here, back again with another statue review. Now, usually we do an unboxing and I have a production piece that we can take all the pieces out, look at them individually, but today I'm reviewing a prototype. This is from a friend of mine who went and got himself a license and started a company called Bedrock Collectibles based out of Canada. Right now this piece is only licensed for Canada, but man, is it ambitious. Before we get into the review of this piece, it does other things. So I'm gonna go ahead and do an assembly and show you guys the individual displays before we combine like Voltron and review the entire diorama. Let's jump into it. We're gonna start with Superman. We're gonna put his chunk of building onto that black base, which they all have individual ones, and then there's a larger one for the entire diorama. You can see the building details as we spin. And we're gonna put the Daily Planet logo on this building. So essentially this is part of Clark Kent's place of business where he works, the Daily Planet, and we'll put the globe in behind it. And I really like how this pops, a 3D effect. It looks good. Then we're gonna go ahead and put this rod down in the base. Now there's two places where you can put it actually. This one is the display which will make him stand higher. There is another one which will put him a little bit lower on the base, which is probably what I should have used here for this display, but too late now. Quarter scale Superman with a sculpted cape. Let's go ahead and get that sculpted cape keyed in. And right away, I like the bright yellow colors of the costume. So here's one switch out. He has that kind of mean looking face, an open left hand. Not really so much a fan of this portrait, but I do like this other one. The other portrait that has a more stern, serious look, and then we can swap out the left hand from the open hand to the closed fist. And here is the solo display for Superman. I gotta say, honestly, it's up there for the quarter scale Superman. I mean, it doesn't have that much competition. Here we can see the back of the building, and it has the Superman logo on where it will key in to the other chunks of building when we assemble the diorama. So there we go for Superman, not too shabby. Let's go on to the next hero, Batman. Black sub base. Let's get his corner of the building on there. Batman will be brooding on top of the building like he does so well. And let's get his sculpted cape keyed in there. Boom. Now he has a lot of hand switch outs. This left hand switch out, he got a closed fist for the right hand. And then he has this portrait which has the regular eyes behind the mask. Switching out, you can go to the all white eyes, and he has a grappling gun on his right hand, which you can switch that out for a third right hand, and you can place this circular batarang in his hand. So a lot of different options there. Great texturing on the outfit. I love the pose. We'll talk a little bit more about the portraits in the review, and we'll take a look at Batman spinning right now. So I gotta say, I'm digging it, man. I like the pose, similar to another piece which I'll mention later. Great details in the building, the concrete, the bricks, and then again, like with Superman, you can see that Batman logo hidden on the key notch. Looks great, man. Nice little chunk of building. And let's move on to the third and final hero, Wonder Woman. All right, so similar to the others, you want to go ahead and find that keyhole. She's got the red brick building. She can actually have some columns put onto hers. So we'll put the column here, and there are different switch outs for this. Right now we have the Lady of Justice. She's supposed to be balancing the scales, but I accidentally broke them trying to do this video. Let's key Wonder Woman into her building. Her right leg will key in, back leg goes on the base. She has a cape as well, and I love the fur on the cape. I think that looks super clean, man. She's got a slew of switch outs. Let's start with her shield for her left hand, which is my favorite. And then we'll go ahead and put one of the portraits. I'm digging this portrait, man, with the helmet, with the mohawk. Looks great. Warrior, Amazon, princess. Her right hand will switch out to a sword, and then she has a unmasked portrait, if you will, with no helmet. Nice soft skin tones on Wonder Woman. I think the skin has such realism to it, almost like a Queen Studios piece. That left hand switch out can also switch out to a closed fist holding her lasso of truth. I didn't really get to pose it that well, but you get the idea. It's similar to what Batman will have with his black robe, which I didn't have. Here goes Wonder Woman. You can see the Lady of Justice statue spinning on the turntable. It looks great. I think each one of these do a good job on the standalone. But the most impressive part, obviously, is the diorama, which we're going to key in just a moment. You can see the Wonder Woman logo on the key on the back of the building there. Same great building textures like with the other two. Let's get this off the table. We'll put down that bigger black base, which we'll have to go ahead and key Superman into first because he's the only one that keys in with that notch. All right, then we'll go ahead, and I think either way you can go here now. We'll do the Wonder Woman building, kind of just loosely get that in there. Then we'll take the Batman chunk. We'll put that onto the left side here, facing me. And then we'll just squeeze it together, make sure everything is locked in. All right, boom, there we go. And we can put that same column right there. And this time I'm gonna switch it out and use a Batman Gargoyle. So we'll switch it up, same kind of metallic paint job on that. And then let's go ahead and get the heroes in there. So again, Superman, he's got that long rod. We'll put him in here. Make sure that we get it in there all the way so he's not leaning too much. Looks pretty good. All right, onto Wonder Woman. It's gonna be pretty easy. She just has the one key. And then, of course, Batman on the left. All right, so here's everyone without their switch outs, but we need to put in those arms and portraits, so let's go. And there we have it. Man, that looks great on camera. The colors pop, a lot of presence with them being quarter scale, the holy trinity of DC Comics. This video is brought to you by Ninja Funk. Help save the universe from bad music by picking up a copy from your local comic shop on November 2nd. Check out these amazing variant covers as well. We have two from Tyler Kirkham, one of them being a 1/25 ratio. Tony Fleece with the Stray Dogs 1/10, Kevin Eastman with a 1/100, and Boss Logic with the 1/250. Big shout out to JPG from That Spider-Man booth, Street Level Hero, and now Ninja Funk. You see what I'm saying? So not only is it a diorama with the holy trinity of DC Comics, Superman, Batman, and Wonder Woman, but they have options to display them by themselves and switch out portraits and arms as well. So very ambitious piece. Bedrock Collectibles, like I said, have a license for Canada for this statue, and they have other statues as well. They have a Bloodshot statue and a Captain Canuck. Looking on their website, it retailed $2,665, but it looks like they have a sale right now. I know there are some conversions going from USD to CAD, so check it out for yourself. But enough of that, let's jump into the full review, and we're gonna start with the base. I like this different building scene and how it connects together. I thought that was super innovative and unique. The buildings have different paint jobs on them, so it kind of gives you a nice pop of color. Makes it different when they're being displayed by themselves, but it kind of still goes together when they're all connected together. Now, you'll notice the Daily Planet logo on the back here, but Superman facing forward. Yet another aspect of this statue is not only can they be displayed individually, but being that Superman is just on this pole, you can actually swivel him around and have this displayed as a centerpiece somewhere where you can walk around and have them all looking in different directions. So again, innovative and unique. And let's go ahead and get the dimensions here. Superman being the tallest piece here. You know what? He's just under 31 inches tall. So again, quarter scale diorama, a lot going on, but not excessively tall. The width on the completed diorama is about 18 inches, and the depth, it's about the same, about 18 inches. Let's start with Superman. I think Superman's costume has great texturing. Matter of fact, him and Batman. It's kind of comparable to Prime 1 Studios in the sense that it has that texturing on the main part. Superman is on this pole and is kind of hidden behind the Daily Planet logo, giving you the illusion that he's flying and floating. I love the fact that he's got a sculpted cape, and I think the colors are spot on. I don't really like his aggressive portrait as much as I do the regular stern face. I think it looks just fine. And the only thing about Superman I'm not so sure of is that pose. He kind of looks like he's lurching a little bit. I don't know that I really love the pose on Superman. The Batman statue reminds me very much of the Prime 1 Studio 1/3 scale Batman Hush, the original one, where he's kind of got that low crouched down pose. Love the big cape on him. Again, that texturing, and then his boots and his gloves have a different type of leather texturing. Love the bat emblem on his chest and the different switch outs. It looks like he also has a black rope that could be attached to that batarang, which I don't think I had it in the box. Now, when it comes to the portraits, I thought it was unique that they gave him the cowl where you can see his eyes behind the mask. I'm not a big fan of that, and when I saw that, I kept telling myself, I hope they have an all whited out eye portrait, which they do. However, they just whited out the actual eyes. I think they need to white out everything behind the cowl, but when I mentioned it to them, they said that it's supposed to be black around the white part of the eye, and that's how it looks on the website, but I still feel like it should be all white. Also, the seam on Batman's head is extremely noticeable. There's really just no way around that seam. I think they probably should have done the switch out at the collar here where the cape meets the head. So yeah, that's a pretty big turnoff there on that portrait. Then we get to Wonder Woman. I haven't really seen too many Wonder Woman statues that I really like. And yo, keeping it real, I feel like this is one of the best quarter scale Wonder Woman statues that I've seen. Besides the Queen Studio one that just came out, man, I think this one looks amazing. The skin tone has such a lifelike characteristic to it. I like the costume, giving her a cape, again, a sculpted cape, 3-in-1. And with those different switch out portraits, I find myself really enjoying the one with the feathered mohawk. It gives her a warrior type of look. She has that shield, and I love the Wonder Woman logo on the inside. I think that looks awesome. The sword switch out on the prototype, mine was a little bit warped. I would assume in production that would come out much better. But really impressed with Wonder Woman. The details on the boots with all the buckles there. The costume textures, like from the blue flaps, have the leather texture. Then you have kind of a triangular type of texture on her midsection. The gold trims look great. The portraits look lifelike and look nice. So overall, Wonder Woman looks awesome. I think I'm really just impressed with the overall ambition and engineering of this piece, giving us the 3 biggest comic book characters of all time, at least for DC, arguably for comic books, in one statue with so many different options, whether they combine as one dial, whether you display them separately, whether you have Superman facing away from everyone else or have him in the back. If you have him in some type of display where you can't see the rear, so you can have them all together like this. Crazy statue. Let me know what you guys think about it in the comments down below. Shout out to Bedrock Collectibles. Congratulations on obtaining the license. I know they're trying to work on one for United States as well, so good luck on that. You guys stay minty fresh. Peace.